Hello everyone, welcome to the next session on operations research. In this session, we will discuss the concept of inventory management. Inventory management refers to the process of ordering, storing, tracking and controlling inventory or stocks. So when we are talking about the process of ordering of the raw materials, storing them, tracking them and controlling the inventory, or stock. Stock is when you are going to keep material in excess in your inventory, that is called as stock. So when you do all this, it is called as inventory management. This includes managing raw materials, components, finished goods and other supplies. Now I told you about raw materials. It could also be about the components. Say you make small components and you store them in an inventory such that they are required as a part of a bigger product. There can be finished goods, that is the final product that you have made, and other supplies. Say you have small tags to your packaging or packaging material. So those are also some kind of supplies that you may require while transportation to the customer. Effective inventory management helps businesses ensure they have the right amount of stock at the right time, avoid excess inventory or stockouts, and minimize costs. So what do you mean by effective inventory management? It is when your business knows what amount of material to be ordered, that is raw materials. So how much stock you keep is the right amount of stock. Then you require them at the right time. Say if you go into production of a particular component and you need some amount at certain intervals of time, the material should be available in inventory at the right time. Avoid excess inventory or stockouts. This means that you should not order in excess such that you are storing too much of material and then paying for extra inventory storage. Stockout means a situation where you require material and it is not available in the inventory. So you have to wait for ordering again and getting the material into your inventory and then going into the shop floor and producing the products. So you should not go into this situation also of stock out. So neither should you buy excess or you should go into a stock out situation. And it is going to help minimize cost, because if you bring a little extra material and keep in the inventory, generally the inventory or the warehouse is where you keep your inventory is quite close to your manufacturing plant, such that as and when you require the material, you can place an order and the material arrives from the inventory into the shop floor. But if you have to place an order to your vendor and the vendor has to give you the material directly to the inventory and then to the shop floor, it becomes a long task. So what you do is you purchase a little extra and store in the inventory such that the flow of material continues from the inventory. Key aspects of inventory management include stock control, ensuring that the right amount of stock is kept to meet demand without overstocking. So as I told you, you don't have to stock extra or go into a stock out situation, but you should be having the right amount in the inventory such that there is a continuous flow from the inventory to the shop floor and the components are made one after the other without wasting any time. Tracking inventory, monitoring the movement of stock from when it is ordered from suppliers until it is sold to customers. So this is how you track inventory. It starts right from you placing the order to the suppliers, how much raw material you need. So from there to the making of finished goods which goes to the customer, because once the finished goods are made in the shop floor, it will again go back to inventory. You're going to store there, you're going to package it and then send it to your customers. So this entire tracking is called as inventory management. The third is demand forecasting, predicting future customer demand to adjust inventory levels accordingly. So you have to be very careful with predicting how much will be your demand this year for the product that you are making, and accordingly you should manage your inventory level. If you cannot do that and if you bring in extra material but the finished goods are not sold in the market and they again lie in your inventory for the next year's selling, suppose it's a annual selling product, then in that case you will be in a big loss because you will be continuously paying for inventory charges until the next year when you sell the products. So this is very important. Reorder point, setting specific levels at which new inventory should be ordered. I have already discussed about reorder points. You are going to order at certain intervals when your inventory level falls below a particular value that you have decided. That's when you are going to place your order every time. So that is called as a reorder point. Safety stock, maintaining a buffer of extra inventory to mitigate the risks of stockouts due to unexpected demand or delays. So there can be an unexpected demand. Suddenly there is a requirement in the market of umbrellas because this year it is going to rain more, and a forecast of this sort has been made by the meteorological department. So in that case, suddenly there is a surge in the umbrellas that you make. Delays means if you are in a situation where your material is not available, you're waiting for the vendors to send you. So in this situation, it becomes very difficult because then your shop floor goes into a halt. There is no work going on. So in that case, you should have some safety stock such that you can, suddenly give that stock and continue with the work, and your production work doesn't get halted. Inventory valuation using methods like FIFO, first in first out, LIFO, last in first out, or weighted average cost to value inventory on hand. So when you are doing inventory valuation, you can use these kind of methods like FIFO, LIFO, or weighted average cost. Supplier management, building relationships and managing terms with suppliers to ensure timely deliveries and quality products. So, this is highly important. You need to have a proper relation with the suppliers or the vendors who supply you the material such that they deliver the materials on time. You have to keep a proper track on these vendors who supply you material. Otherwise, you can fall into a stockout situation because the supplier has not given the material to you on time. Also, the quality of product is very important. So the trust on the suppliers who supplies you material is very important. If you are changing your suppliers too often, again you will fall into a situation where the quality of products may suffer. Common inventory management techniques include just in time JIT, holding minimal inventory, and ordering only as needed. So just in time principle states that you should have minimum inventory so that you do not pay extra charges for storing extra inventory. At the same time, you need to order only as needed such that you are storing minimum inventory products into your inventory. ABC analysis, categorizing inventory into three groups A, B, and C based on their importance, value, and turnover rate. Where A stands for high value products, B stands for moderate value products, and C stands for low value products. So you will always want to bring high value products in lower quantity, moderate value products in moderate quantity, and low value products in high quantity because it is easier to store and you also save on money. Economic order quantity EOQ, a formula to derive the optimal quantity to order, minimizing holding and ordering cost. We have already discussed about the formula of EOQ, wherein you are going to minimize the holding and the ordering cost. Holding cost is the cost which is incurred because of holding extra inventory, that is raw materials or finished goods or in process goods in the warehouses. And ordering cost is something which you are incurring when you are placing the order. So you need to minimize both of these. Drop shipping, where the business doesn't hold stock but passes over directly to suppliers who ship to customers. So here again you are not holding the stock. What you do is once your products are made, you give it to the suppliers who will then ship it to the customers. So you are just bringing in a third party logistics. You are not storing the inventory and increasing your charges. There are also specialized software tools designed to automate and optimize inventory management, which help track stock levels, generate reports, and forecast demand. So, there are softwares like SAP, which are used in companies for managing this kind of inventory. for counting the number of raw materials, in process goods or finished goods, and they keep a tab of it in those software. Also, Excel is used widely in these kind of jobs. There could be softwares which are also designed particularly by the particular company. SAP is something which is a common software which is used by most of the companies. So with this, I end the session on inventory management. If you have any doubts, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.